So I'm interested to know, what does a typical cuddle session look like? How long does it last? Is there such a thing as a typical session?
You got
I
it.
mean, I imagine they're all so different, but do
Mm.
they, like with surrogate partner therapy, everything follows kind of a relative general structure, and then it's so unique and personalized in each experience. But do you kind of have any type of structure that you follow, or how do you decide what's going to happen in the session?
Yeah, I mean, you're so aware. I think you hit it on the head when you said like, or is there a typical session? And I get this question a lot. So there's there's things that are common and happen every time with each session, especially it's like in the beginning, like when someone first. So even like rewinding a little bit when someone contacts me. As long as they're open to it, I like to have a phone or free phone or video conversation first to talk about what they want to get out of it, any fears or concerns. Like, I know that more than 98% of people who contact me, this is totally new. So first it's about answering any questions, helping people feel comfortable, and figuring out, yeah, if we're a valuable fit for them. And yeah, I only want us to, yeah, to share a session if that's true. And sometimes I refer them to other people. Um, and then in an in-person session, I start all of them with a free like 15-minute welcome conversation where, and it's basically the same thing with everyone. We go over our agreements around boundaries, around how we'll communicate, if we feel comfortable or not. That it's really an emotionally safe space, and all emotions are welcome. What our boundaries are around talking or not. Also, I'll rewind that. Yeah, when I'm talking before a session, I'll also talk about a little bit of their experience and what kind of support they have, and any like physical or mental health things are good to know. Also to help figure out if this is a valuable and safe fit at this time
Mhm.
for them. Um, so during the welcome conversation, we go over that, and then the questions are really to start personalizing it, like, yeah, like you said in your sessions as well, asking about their boundaries, being really clear that they're totally in charge of their experience, that we never have to share touch ever, and we can have one session that's touch and then the next session that isn't. It's like, um, yeah, really, they're totally empowered, and it's all about what they need and feel comfortable with, what feels safe for them. It's I When it's appropriate, I'm gonna offer my intuition or questions, suggestions, but it's really not about any of my kind of agenda or routine or anything like that. Um, I'm gonna ask them about, what is your preference as far as how much do you want me to be checking in and asking, getting your verbal consent before like each new kind of touch, versus do you like less communication? Do you want to like zen out more and like only communicate more when something isn't, when you want something modified? And after we get all that clear, then again, like it's their choice. Like sometimes some of my sessions, like I said, we don't talk at all, or maybe we'll continue talking for the first hour and a half of the session, and maybe we'll share 5 or 10 minutes of touch, and then we'll talk for a while more, like processing things, especially if people come in with traumas or fears, or it's really new for them. And yeah, yeah, and there's really, so beyond those things, there isn't the typical, because some people are, if you're coming in working through past like physical or sexual trauma, then it's going to look really different than someone who maybe is newer to connecting with men, or like newer to like exploring attraction to men. or just platonically cuddling with men. All my work is platonic, but I work with a lot of beautiful guys who are, it's like a way for them to dip their toe in the water and start exploring these feelings in a safe place to talk about it. Versus someone who's like really comfortable with touch and like, yeah, I just like, they just want to like lie down, like they're super comfortable, just hug me,
Throw
caress.
the leg over you.
What'd you say?
I said like throw the leg over you
Yeah,
and just
exactly. Just like let's do this. Let me like zone out. Let me like get recharged and de-stress. Um, yeah, so it looked really different, and I'd say some of the themes that are similar are like really conscious attention on the person. Really, for me, just like you're talking about, me asking like spirit to guide me, and like really continue to ask myself, how can I serve? How can I love this person the best and the most
oh, I love
powerfully?
that.
Uh, um, humility on my part, like knowing that you're the expert on you, and I can offer. And at the end of the day, just like you were sharing earlier, that they're the person who gets the credit. They're the person that takes they have the courage. They have wanting better for themselves and their lives. And I know I talk a lot, so maybe I'll just pause here. But yeah, so that's yeah, those are sometimes how sessions can go.
So the short answer is there's really no typical session, but it usually includes just some processing and boundary setting at the beginning. And then it goes however it's meant to go, however that person chooses. And they're all
Yeah, and really,
different.
and creating like the safe
Hmm.
space culture in the beginning. Yeah, and then it flows. Yeah.
Okay.